Hello friends, in previous video tutorial we have discussed how to insert data into MySQL table by using PHP programming with AngularJS. Now in this video tutorial we will show how to fetch or select data from MySQL table by using AngularJS with PHP script. If you work on project PHP with AngularJS and you want to show data on web page from MySQL table, then at that time how to show data on web page by using AngularJS, then at that time you can follow this video tutorial. In this video tutorial we will make AngularJS function for fetching data from table by using PHP script. Friends, you have already shown we have one table user with 3 columns, first name and last name, and in this table we have already inserted some data. Now we want to show this data on web page by using PHP code with AngularJS. This is my index.php page, and on this page we have added Bootstrap CSS framework and AngularJS CDN link. In this link we have put open and close script tag. This way we can add AngularJS CDN link into this index.php page. Now friends, we have moved to fetch data from MySQL table by using AngularJS JavaScript framework, so we have moved to AngularJS code, and here we have defined one function for fetch data. So for this we have write $scope object.displayData is equal to anonymous function. Here displayData is a function name. In this function we want to send server requests to PHP script, so for this we have write $HTTP object.get method, and this method we have write PHP script link. So here we have write select.php file. This is because we have stored this into our working folder. In this PHP file we have write PHP script for fetching data from MySQL table and send back data to user. This way we can send server request and execute PHP script backend without page refresh. After this we have write success callback function, so for this we have write success function with one data argument. This function will be called if request succeeds. This function will receive data from the server and store that data into this data variable, and we can easily display this data on web page. For display which data which we have received from server and display that data on web page. So for this first we have to store that data into one object variable. By this variable we can easily display on web page. So for this we have write scope object.names variable is equal to data. This we have stored data into this scope object.names variable, and by using this names variable we will display data on web page. So our AngularJS function is ready. Now first we want to call this function when user insert data, then after we want to display data on web page after successfully inserting of data. So for this we want to call this display data function under insert data function. So for this we have write $scope object.display data function. This we have defined display data function under insert data function. When data successfully inserted, then this function will call and display data on web page. Now we have moved to HTML code, and here first we make table with 2 columns for display data. So for this we have write open and close table tag. In between this tag we have write open and close table row tag. In between this tag we have write 2 table heading tag with text like first name and last name. This way we can make table heading. After this we have write table row tag with attribute ng repeat directives is equal to x in names. Here ng repeat directive repeats a set of HTML a given number of times. That means there is how many rows are in data which we have received from server side and store into this scope object.names variables. Suppose there is only one row, then it will repeat only one times and print only one table row under this table. After this we have right between table row tag we have right open and close table data tag, and between this tag we have right 2 times open and close bracket, and this tag we have right text dot first name. This will print first name data on web page. This way we can show data on web page from AngularJS function. With help of X object we can fetch first name data from names and it will print onto this table data tag. Then after we have again right open and close table data tag, and between this tag we have right to open and to close bracket, and between this bracket we have right text dot last name. This will print last name on web page onto this table cell. Here first we have fetched data from server and stored data into $scope names object. From this object we have fetched different column data from this object by with help of X. Here first name and last name is the table column name of user table. Now we have moved to write PHP code under select.php page. On this page first we have make database connection. So for this we have write connect variable is equal to Mysql connect function with 4 argument like host is equal to localhost, username is equal to root, password is equal to blank, and database name is equal to root. This way we have make database connection. After this we have write $1 output variable is equal to array variable. In this variable we will store data which we have received from MySQL table in array format and convert that array into JSON string and send back this variable data back to the user. Now we have write select query for fetch data from user table. So for this we have write query variable is equal to select start from user table. This query will fetch data from user table. After this we want to execute this query, so for this we have write result variable is equal to Mysql query function with 2 argument like database connection string which is $connect variable, and second argument is query which is store under query variable. This function will execute this query and store result into this result variable. Now we want to check is there any into this query result, so for this we have write if statement with condition like Mysql numRow function with 1 argument which is $result variable greater than 0. This function return number of row from result variable, and this condition will check if rows greater than 0, then it will execute if block of code. Suppose if number of rows greater than it execute if block. So in this block we have write while loop open and close bracket, and between this we have write $row variable is equal to Mysql fetch array with 1 argument which is result. This function will fetch data from this result variable and store into this $row variable in associative array format. In this loop we have write output array variable is equal to $row variable. This code will store all $row variable data into this array output variable. This way we have store this $row variable associative array data into this output array variable. Now we want to convert this associative array data into JSON string and send back data in JSON format to user. So for this we have write echo statement with JSON encode function with 1 argument which is output variable. This function will convert associative array to JSON string format, and this data will send to user. Now we have saved this code and check output in browser. When we have enter Peter as first name and Parker as last name, click on add button, then data was inserted properly and display below form in table format, but when we have refresh page then it has been not visible to user. So for this we have to visible table data when page has been load. So for this we have go to division tag with attribute like ng app directive and ng controller directive. With this directive we have one more AngularJS directive which is ng init directive is equal to display data function. This ng init directive has been initialized when page has been loaded, and whichever function or text defined has been called on when page has been loaded. Here we have defined display data function. This function is used for fetch data from table and display data on web page. This function has been called when page has been loaded, so data will be visible to user on page load. So we have saved this code and check output in browser. Now friends, you have see that table with data has been displayed on page load event, and when we have add some data and click on add button, then that data has been added into this table also. So our code is working for fetch and select data from MySQL table and display that data on web page without page refresh. So this is my AngularJS with PHP video tutorial on select or fetch data from MySQL table and display that data on web page without page refresh. In this video we have make AngularJS function for fetch data from table, and we have used get method to send request to the server. We have also discussed ng repeat directive for display repetitive data on web page, and we have also discussed ng init directive for call AngularJS function on page load. This all things we have discussed in this video. In next video we will discuss how to update MySQL table data by using AngularJS with PHP. So friends, if you like this AngularJS with PHP video, please share this video with your friends, or even you can also share this video on social media also. If you have any query regarding this video, you can also comment on this video in comment section. We will reply on your comment. Friends, you want to get more update of my video, so, friends, you can subscribe my YouTube channel. Friends, you can also like my Facebook page also, or you can also follow Webs Listen on Twitter.